Greetings, YouTube, and welcome to episode 332 of the 4,000 Question Challenge. What would you do if carcinogenic chemicals were discovered in your backyard? Well, I'd want to find out how they got there, who put them there, sue the living crap out of them, and get them removed. What do you think a world government might be like? I would like to think it was something along the lines of the EU. Um, which is pretty much the most functional large government I've seen in a while. But that's what I would like. What are the most hopeful signs of progress in race relations? I'm not seeing many. I would like to have a better, more positive answer, but at the time of this filming, I am not seeing many. How can problems with border patrols be dealt with? Well, we could fix the immigration policies of America. We could stop messing with the governments of Central and South America. We could curtail billionaires. We should make sure that business owners have to all pay a living wage, even for people that come over the border to say pick fruit. Everybody has to get paid a living wage. If you hire someone that isn't documented, you arrest the person hiring them. If you go after the people hiring the undocumented workers, there will be fewer undocumented workers because they'll have nowhere to work. You make it hurt for the people who are hiring them. No one is stealing a job in America. Business owners are giving them to people they can exploit. Go after the business owners. Business owners are almost always the problem in America. Um, what would be your strategy to fight the war on drugs? Legalize marijuana, decriminalize everything else. Start treating addiction as a medical, not a criminal issue. That would be a big step in the right direction. And stop arresting people for drug use. In fact, take all of them out of the prisons that are currently there. If you'd like to go after people for drug dealing on the grounds of purity of source or they're avoiding taxes, go for it. But for drug users, they should never be nothing. There should be nothing against them. If you really want to be stringent, then give them civilian fines. I don't care. But no jail time, medical treatment of addiction, not criminal treatment of anything. How would you battle an unscrupulous manufacturer? You have to go after their money. The only thing they care about is money. So you go after their money again and again and again and again, and you make it hurt. And you keep making it hurt. And you push for laws that make it easier to make it hurt. I want manufacturers, I want business owners, I want the billionaires, the capitalists to be cornered rats, terrified of everything around them. I want them to know that they are on a short leash. And if they act out at all, we will yank on that leash until they are dangling in the air, choking. And we will leave them there until they start to behave. And if they step out of line again, we yank them into the air again. Capitalism is a tool, but it must be controlled. What are your thoughts about the right and responsibility to vote? Well, I think it is responsibility and a right, and I think every American should vote. I would endorse requiring people to vote. I would do that. And we should make sure that we're removing all barriers to voting, which the GOP just loves to throw up because they want to disenfranchise as many voters. They want to suppress as many voters as they can because they don't want Americans voting, particularly young voters. They're doing everything they can to undermine democracy, and we have to do everything we can to defend democracy in the face of fascism. What do you think about government-funded school vouchers for the schools of the parents' choice, public, private, parochial? I am against the use of tax dollars for anything other than public schools. No charter schools, no private schools, no parochial schools. Zero. If you want to send your children to charter schools or parochial schools or private schools, then you do it on your own dime. But tax dollars, every single penny of tax money should be going to public schools, and we should be increasing the amounts we spend. We have no shortage of teachers. We just have shortage of people who have master's degrees who are willing to work for $36,000 a year. The minimum should be like $72,000, and it should go up from there. Teachers should be well paid and well stocked with everything that they need, and with a student to teacher ratio that lets them do their jobs. Take the money out of the military, put it into education, and you will have far better benefit per dollar than the way it's currently being spent. Do you have confidence in the military? No. And lastly, for 332, what environmental issue concerns you the most? Environmental issue that concerns me the most? Well, global climate change, I guess. I mean, that's the biggest of them. That's uno number one. If we don't address that one, all the other ones won't matter because we won't be here. I mean, the planet will roll on without us. It will survive whatever we do. And in 10,000 or 100,000 years, the evidence of us will pretty much be gone. But I'd like us to be here in 100,000 years. So we need to work on that, and we're not. And even if every single person replaces their bulbs with LEDs isn't going to help. That's 1% of the problem. But the problem is putting limitations on capitalists, on factories, and things like that. That's what we need to regulate, and we're not, because those people have enough money to bribe the politicians to avoid being regulated. Pretty neat, huh? All right, thank you for being here for episode 332 of the 4,000 Question Challenge. I hope that you'll be here for episode 333.